Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
We have already discussed and we have already created these job security groups. So we are just going by the definitions. Why I am emphasizing on definition of these security groups? Because they will ask you, what do you understand by job-based security groups, or what do you understand? Because you are not going to create them. But yes, you should know the concept behind it. So, before going for an interview, just have these definitions or these concepts clear in your mind. Regarding the security group, Rust LL is based on your configuration, what you have done. Means business process and even your supervisory organization, the organization types that we have created, custom organization. What's all you are creating? It entirely depends upon the configuration. They will ask you the questions from the configuration itself. What security groups they can ask you? What do you understand by domain, specifically domain? Or what is the task that you are going to edit the domain security? How you are going to do this? And what do you mean by job-based security groups? So that's why I'm emphasizing more on the definition part. So these types of security groups are automatically assigned by the system based on certain job characteristics. Under this type, we have three types of security group. We have seen that when we are creating the job-based security group, we can define it based on the job characteristics. We can define based on the level, management level, or the compensation level. Whenever you click on that, create job security groups, try to create it based on the various, I can say that various characteristics, whether it's going to be management level or job-based security group. Try to base it on the job family as well. Membership to a job-based security group is defined based on a particular job criteria. Be specific in choosing your words when you are giving the interview. Because training is not only to make you ready for the Workday certification, but yes, you are going to get yourself ready for the interview. So just have those specific catch-up words in your reply. What you are going to give to a client interview. So membership to a job-based means when we are going to create it, when my security group requirement is based on some particular job criteria. By using this one itself, they will come to know that, yes, you know the concept behind why you are creating the job-based security group. Workday derives membership for an active worker only if the worker's job criteria match the criteria for the job-based security groups. So we have already seen it. It's either job profile, job category, job family, management level, exempted, non-exempted. So job-based security groups can be constrained or unconstrained. Also, while configuring a constraint one, we need to specify the organization type and whether to include the subordinate organizations or not. So now you have seen that when we were creating the job-based security groups, go ahead and create the security group. Use the task, create security group, and then job-based security group. Why this particular line has been mentioned. Job-based security groups can be constrained or unconstrained. Can anyone just give me a quick view? What do you understand by this line? Just a layman language reply means, just what do you understand in common man language? You can say that not technically. So what do you understand? The constraint or unconstrained security group. They can be at inheritance level, or at a supervisor level, or maybe not correct. So constrained security group means these security groups can be inherited. Unconstrained cannot be, but when you are going to create the job-based security group, you can see that you can define the job-based security group whether you want to get them inherited to the subordinates level or not, or the unassigned subordinates, or you want to assign that group at the superior or at the supervisory organization level only not to be inherited. You have that options. 4 to 5 options were there when we were creating the job-based security groups. If not, you can directly go and open that task, create security group, and then create job-based security groups. You will find all those options here. So if you are selecting the inheritance part, means if it is going to be inherited by your subordinates, then you are going to select the constraint. You are going to create the constraint job-based security group. If not, then it's going to be unconstrained. So it entirely depends what options you are going to select. Always remember the difference between the constrained and unconstrained security groups. Now level-based security groups we have usually, it is going to be used in the talent module. But why I am telling you all the security groups? Because it's good to be two. I can simply tell you the 5 more important security groups and I can skip the security group topic. But why I'm telling you is you can mention all these security groups in your resume, in your CV, whenever you are going to prepare CV, because you are going to, in your summary part, professional experience part, you're going to write what all things you have done when you have done the implementation. So you can write it down. They are not going to check with your organization whether you have done this configuration or not. You can write all these things like, I have created various security groups in. That includes role, user, job level. And you can mention rule-based security groups. So just go ahead and mention all the security groups. And if you have mentioned anything in your resume, in your CV, you should be well through with that particular topic because they can ask questions from that topic. If you're not confident about that particular topic, no need to mention it in your CV as well. So level-based security group. The word itself tells you that level-based security group is mostly used in the talent module. This identifies worker based on the level. That means you are going to manage them based on the management level or either on the compensation grade hierarchy. So level can be decided only by 2 things, your compensation or by your management level hierarchy. So if you are going to maintain it, either of these two, it's known as level-based security group. Now, membership-based security groups are of 2 types. We have seen the organization-based security group. We have created it, and there is another one, location-based security group. So location-based security groups, we can include 1 or more locations to create a location membership security group. So there was a question when I was giving my interview. They have asked me like, for example, I want certain things to be visible for an employee that he should only view the employees of the Atlanta region. He is not authorized to view any other location. Employees? So which security groups you are going to make at that time when he is asking the question? No, you can make rule-based, but here rule-based means you are going to combine 2 types of things. I mean, one is the location, and when one is going to be like, you can say that on basis of the management level, only directors and above, you can see that. But here what he has mentioned is that particular employee can only see the location-based security groups only Atlanta. So you can go ahead and directly create the location-based security groups. And if they are asking you anything based on the organization-based security group, then you are going to create this one. And you know I was not able to answer one of my recent questions. What they have asked me is why I'm sharing my experiences. It's good for you. Only you guys only. So they have asked me, I want one person to have view only for one of the pay group. So what question they have asked me? They were asking a row of questions and in between they have added one question. They quickly asked me that I want one person to view only one of the pay group. I don't want him to view any other pay group. So what kind of security you want to implement in that case? So I was confused. I was saying that I will assign when user-based security group to that particular employee. I will only ensure that that security group will have access only to that particular pay group. But my answer was wrong. She was also adding, are you sure? I should, are you sure? Are you sure? So what I replied back to her is like, I'm sure, but my answer was wrong. That answer should be organization-based security group. Here you can say that anything, any security that needs organization, that needs to be restricted based on the organization. Then you have to create organization-based, only on organization-based. If they're combining any other thing, then you can go ahead and simply say that rule-based security group. But if there is no combination, no need to say rule-based security group. There must be some different security group and just go back and just look, go back and look. What is the best answer you can give? Like for regarding the pay group, she's asking immediately. It should come to my mind that pay group means organization, so I should quickly reply organization-based security group. So that's how you will get confused when you're going to give the interview. So be ready with that. Means just memorize all these security groups. If you have mentioned anything in your resume, just memorize it thoroughly. Before going for that interview, it looks easy to say that organization-based, location-based, but at that time it didn't strike our mind. And definitely we can go wrong in that case. So we can include any organization types. You know that. What are organization types? We have already dealt in our first day classes like company cost, center location hierarchy, pay group etc. to create an organization membership security group. We can also include subordinates of the selected organization as well. Any worker of that organization will automatically be a member to the security group. This can either be constrained or unconstrained. See, here it is written that we prefer to use organization membership over location membership from a maintenance perspective. Why organization? I mean, what is the advantage of it? We prefer to use organization membership over location membership. Means just a kind of maintenance performance perspective. Usually we will create organization-based security group. If you want, you can go ahead and create location-based as well. But if, for example, if you're going to say that organization-based, then your answer should be like we are going to maintain it because it's a performance-based. If we are talking about the performance, then performance of the organization-based security group is much better than location-based security groups. The other question is organization-based is more constrained and location-based is unconstrained. Say that it's constrained and unconstrained. You cannot say that. Both are constrained and unconstrained. Yes. You cannot say that, but yes, it's maintenance perspective. You can prefer organization-based security group. So most of the questions for Core HCM in interview, they will ask you around business processes or security groups only. So just memorize these particular topics before going for the interview. So simply it's the task same. Only always remember, whenever you are changing any policy, then definitely you have to activate the changes, not after creation of the security group. I'm again repeating, activate pending security policy. Changes will only happen if you are going to change the security policies. Creation of the security group is different, and updation of your security policy is a different task. Now combination. See, these are all combination security group, and if you are, we will be discussing intersection. Aggregate all the security groups. These are all, we are not using it as of now, but yes, for an interview perspective, you can simply memorize them. If they are going to ask you, then it's good. Otherwise, you can simply say that no, we are not using the security group as of now, because now rule-based security group has taken over. Anything combination, aggregate, intersection, anything. We, instead of making those all three security groups in different fields or different criteria, we can simply go ahead and create rule-based security group. It suffices. All our issues, all our security group combination, whether it's going to be combination, intersection, or aggregate. So this is just for your FLI information that these security groups also exist. No need to create these security groups. We are not going to create it either in your client or anywhere else. But yes, in future, if you're going to like anything got activated regarding this security group in any of the release, then you will come and say that we were not taught about these security groups or we don't know about the security groups. So it's not like that. I will give you the definitions, but yes, it's simply your interviews ask that why you have. Have you tried creating any kind of combination, intersection or aggregate? Your answer should be straightforward. No, we prefer rule-based security group over all these security groups. So come whenever you got a chance to get yourself Workday certified. Even in your Workday certification also, they won't teach you these security groups or they won't tell you that these security groups also exist. They will simply concentrate on those 5 security groups only because those fights are only going to be important as per your client implementation, whether you're going to work in implementation or MMS projects that are the most widely or commonly used security groups. Combination security groups types offer more flexibility in your security configuration, more targeted access to data, and ease of maintenance. These security groups types requires you to include other security groups such as location, member organization, member and job based as their criteria. And segment-based security group restrict access to specified value of given secureable item through defined segments. Segment-based security group grant membership based on existing security groups such as job-based, role-based or user-based. Even in R, we can say that even when we are going to create the rule-based security group, remember, we can add either any job profile in the rule that only these job profile should have access to the security group, or we can add any location. Or we can add any particular worker as well if you want. We can select the source field as worker and we can add that particular worker. But that's the reason why we prefer rule-based security group over these all security groups. Instead of creating all the separate security groups, rule-based is preferred. Now this is combination. They are going to maintain the combination security groups. And there are 2 types of combination security groups. One is aggregate security groups. One is intersection security groups. So just an FYI, I note down these definitions if you want, or else I think sessions are getting recorded as well. You can visit those sessions afterwards if you want to refer to the definitions of the security groups. So aggregation security group. This security group allows us to combine existing security groups so that members in any of the included security groups are members to the aggregation security groups. Exclusion logic can be applied to the security groups. Intersection security groups. Just remember the topics that we have learned in mathematics when we are doing the aggregation, when we are doing the intersection. So remember, two overs are getting intersected. They are having some few things in common in between. So that is known as intersection security groups. The security groups allows us to combine existing security groups so that member who is a member to both the included security groups are members to the intersection security groups. So just remember these definitions. It's simple, only how we are going to create the security groups. The task remains the same and you can go ahead and create the security groups. So this is how we are going to create the security groups. And these are the various types of security groups that you should remember. So you are going to have a share the activity documents for 5 types of security groups. You're going to create job organization rule, user and rule-based security groups. Go ahead and prepare yourself. Simultaneously prepare yourself for interview. It's not like that. Once I will finish this training, then I will prepare it, because I am here for another 7 to 10 days more. So I can guide you if you're preparing for the interview, if you have any type of questions. So now we're just going through the questions. A few quick questions. So a group of users who need to perform actions or access data. What do you call them? Security group. It's a security group. The group of users who need to perform the action. Define tasks and reports which are functionally similar. Go by the definitions. Whose definition is this? Define task. Business process policy. It's not task and reports. Business policy. Domain security policy. It's domain. Domain defined task and reports which are functionally similar. If you want, I can show you the definition as well. That's what I was emphasizing. They can ask you what defined the. I have shared my screen as well. See. Domain is a group of tasks and reports that are functionally similar and business process types are delivered by work. They do. You cannot create your business process type. You can configure them to meet your workflow requirements. So these are the 2 definitions you should memorize, or you should have in your mind. Now coming back to our own topic. This dictates who can view or modify data within the domains. Security group. This dictates who can modify data within the domains. It's domain security policy. It's clear. What? Who can view or modify data within the domains? It's domain security policy. It depends entirely upon the domain security policy. What kind of domain security policy you have? Now this dictates who can participate in the business process. Business process policy, who can participate in the business process or who can view the particular domain. Their respective security policies. Type of security group that inherits from the superior supervisory organization if not assigned. Role. So it would be assigned to whom? To the position. This is always assigned to the position. Type of security group that is automatically assigned based on user's job criteria. Correct. Type of security group that is assigned to a position. Role-based. Type of security policy that designates permissions for security groups to view or modify tasks and report. Domain. Domain only. Type of security group policy that contains such securable items as initiation steps, step actions and actions on the process. Task required to activate most recent changes to domain or business process security policies. Activate pending security policy changes. It's been. Can you come again? I'm the last one. What is the task, then, by using which we can activate our recent business process security policies or any kind of security policies, domain business or any security policy changes you have done? It's going to be maintained by using only this particular task. Activate pending security policy changes. So this is all about I was able to get that query with respect to that. So just can you edit this one and check it out? Why does it mean that assignable role? No, it shows only once. Not here, not in this rulebook. View edit security policy. The first tab itself. In this Conduil HR role. The first one itself here. In this here assignable role. Here we can select only one or we can select multiple. Only role. You can assign the security group only to one role. Only the one role. Multiple roles cannot be assigned to no. That was my question, because if suppose somebody asks that whether multiple roles can be assigned to one role. One security group, one role-based security group. No one role-based security group will have only one assignable role. One is assignable role. That was one. So now coming to our hiring part, that's going to be the most important topic. And the final employment life cycle. Post that also we have few topics, report creation and EIB creation. But this is going to be the employment life cycle, the last topic. So there, as we have discussed, there are two types of. Why I'm saying is because even after telling it multiple times, employers are or trainees are making errors in performing the hiring. So that's why I'm writing it down and I'm going slowly. So what kind of staffing model we are having? We are having position management staffing model and job management staffing model. Now position management. Coming to the position management, how you're going to perform hire in the position management staffing model. First of all, you have to copy, create position and edit position BP. Business process. In your supervisory organization. Anyhow, I shouldn't have mentioned this particular line because if it is written that copy, create position and edit position BP, definitely business process where you are going to copy or create. You are going to copy only on your SUPOC only. Second thing, then go to the staffing. Go to your SUPOC. When you have copied your business process, go to your SUPOC and then go to the staffing, and from staffing, create position. Then give what? All things you want to create the position. Once you click on that create position task, it will be your position will be created where? Your position will be created where? Can anyone tell me where your position will be created? If I have created a position for a position management staffing model where my position will be created, it will be created under the staffing tab of my supervisory organization. Now, fourth, go to related action of your position and start hiring. Also, before you start your hire, if it is whether it's going to be job management or position management, assign all roles that are responsible to carry out hire. That means assign all roles to your superc. So a question can be asked in your interview, what all prerequisite you have to ensure that before carrying out the hiring. Can you just give me a quick overview of the same? So first of all your organization types should be made. Your business process should be defined. All your security groups, respective security groups should be made. And then all the respective roles should be assigned to your supervisory organization. After that, you can start your hiring. These are all the prerequisites that should be maintained before the hiring is done or your termination is done. Any business process that is being carried out, because if, for example, we have created the hire, someone might have created the hire BP. Let me go to that. This is the one. When Noral has created it. Let me open that one. So the steps involved are HR partner is there. Manager is there. Error executive is there. See here, HR partner manager is here. And then who needs to take care of this? Who is going to be the HR partner? It won't go to all. I have to tell them to which HR partner it should go, who is going to take action on proposed compensation hire, or who is going to define my package. So it will go to that particular person. So where I'm going to assign that thing, I will go to my supervisory organization. What is my supervisory organization for this BP? Noral JM Global Consulting. I will go to the related actions. I will assign roles. I will assign a HR partner role to the person. For example, I will assign it to Steve Morgan, then proposed compensation hire will go to the Steve Morgan. So that's just one question. Can you go to that screen? So we understand B and B are there. So B step will wait for the B step to get completed. Once your B step is completed, then only it will go to BA. Correct? Because both are action. No, maybe it can trigger one after the other. No. It will follow the order. First it will go to the who has initiated it. Then it will go to the HR partner and then it will go to the. Again it will go to the because you have defined it as HR partner. Review law hires HR partner. So it will go to the HR partner. Then it will go to the to-do list. For again, it's you have defined it as HR partner. Better define it as something differently, HR executive compensation partner. So you can test in that way more effectively, or you can hire more effectively in that case. Again and again, it will go to the same inbox only. Same to the same person only. Because HR partner for this organization is going to be the same. So first, before creation, before starting your hiring, you have to define all the roles, and then for position management, you have to do this. Why I have copied this edit position BP? For example, in future your employee come and say that, or your client come and say that I don't want to have Atlanta as a position restriction. I want the location, the position to be open for all. So in that case you will go ahead and edit that particular position and maintain. Apart from that, Atlanta you will make it as blank because your client don't want any restrictions based on the location. So in that case, you are going to use this. Now coming to the job management, it's all over the same. But here what we are going to do is, we are not going to create position. Always remember job management. We are not entitled to create the positions. we have already discussed a lot. So what we are going to do is we are going to copy, set hiring restrictions and edit hiring restrictions. MVP in your support. Also one more thing. If you have, I have already told you again. I will mention it as an asterisk mark with an asterisk mark. If you have defined organization specific BP for your support, then only you are going to create rest of the organization specific support. Otherwise, go ahead with the default definition only. What Workday will do is, Workday will search. For example, if Workday knows that no rule has created an organization-specific definition, that means no rule is not using default definition of hire for GRM Global Consulting. So if it knows that hire is the organization-specific definition, then automatically Workday will search for organization-specific create position definition only. That means you have to define that create position. If, for example, no role is going to use for his GRM Global Consulting the default hire definition, then no need to create even these organization specific definition as well, because Workday will automatically search for default definitions. Because your main sub-process hire sub-process organization, so it will search for the organization specific definitions. Am I clear? Yes, so we don't have organization-specific business process. It takes a default one. But like all the groups from where it will collect data, like we are assigning the group. I think how you are going to assign it to a supervisory organization. But there will be so many options. Like our manager or compensation manager. So which one will it take? No, in case if I don't assign anything, you said no rule has not created it. It goes to a default one. It will go for the default one. But if you haven't assigned any roles, it won't go to any inbox. It won't go to any of the inbox. Means you are asking me, for example, no rule has not created this and he is just using the default definition. He haven't defined his own higher definition. So, for example, let's assume that this is the default higher definition. Now, coming to this proposed compensation hire HR partner, but you haven't assigned HR partner role to your supervisory organization. Workday doesn't know to whom this particular task needs to be triggered because you haven't defined that role to which person it should go. For example, ideal HR partner of this organization is Ankita, but Workday doesn't know because you haven't assigned the Ankita's position to the HR partner of no rules organization. That's why I told here I've mentioned before you're hiring, you should ensure that all your roles are assigned at your superg level that are responsible to carry out higher business process. Always remember if the person does. If you haven't assigned the role to a person or to a position, I can say that I'm not going to assign to a person. If you haven't assigned the role to a position, then Workday don't know where to trigger that particular role. Oh, that particular task, propose compensation hire, to which inbox I have to send. You haven't told Workday. So it won't trigger it. Your business process will go into reassign steps. It won't trigger to anyone. Then again you will go back and cancel your business process. And then again go back and assign your roles and then restart your hire. In that case, the only case will be, for example, sometimes they don't want to assign any HR partner, specific HR partner to your supervisory organization. And they want to trigger it to all HR partners, for example. So in that case, you can do one thing. There is an option all. Yes, you can check that. If you are checking this all option, then this particular step will get triggered. All HR partners, whosoever persons are there in the HR partners security group, they will get this particular task in their inbox. If we have selected this option in our business process all, that means if I selected for review employer hire, I have selected this checkbox and I haven't assigned HR partner in my super. Then automatically, anyhow, if you are assigning it or not, it doesn't matter. If you are selected, this all it will go to the inboxes of all HR partners. Whosoever is the HR partner in this tenant, this particular action review employee hire for neural. If you are going to, for example, going to hire Ankita, so it will trigger review employer hire for Ankita. It will go to all inboxes of the HR partner. And even if one person takes one H, our partner takes action, it will get disappear from all inboxes. All rest of the H, our partner inboxes, only one action is enough. So Ankita, if I don't create the all, then where it is going? It won't go anywhere. It won't go anywhere. You will see like this. Once we will do that mistake, we will see that under our staffing tab of our supervisory organization that this business process is lying as it is. It's not triggered to any inbox. You will see that. If you haven't assigned it and if you haven't selected any all, then your business process will lie as it is tomorrow when we are doing the hire. We will do the hire. Then we will see that I will do the mistake and I will show you how your business's process will look like if you are not going to assign anything, any row. It won't go to any inbox and it will lie here and there only. So we are getting issues in our projects. Similar issues. HR will come and say that I don't know where my hire is pending. It should ideally get triggered to the HR admin, but it still didn't get triggered to the HR admin. So we, as a Workday consultant, will ask them in which supervisory organization you have done the hire. They will tell us, and then we go to the staffing tab of that particular supervisory organization. We'll see that the business process, what's the error that business process is having. So that's where we are rectifying the things, or we are identifying the issues and we will tell them, fine, you have done this mistake. Now, do you want me to send it back or do you want me to cancel that business process? Then you can start it all over again. So coming back to our topic, so job management, you have to go to the support and then staffing and then set hiring restrictions. There you are going to set it. I have shown you in the first day of class. Tomorrow also, I will repeat these all things and we will complete a hire. We'll try to complete a hire provided this tenant give us that access. Give me that access. Now set hiring restrictions. In this case, no position will be created under your staffing tab. Staffing tab. You will see job requisition will be created or job will be created. And from there job will be created. Then in that case, you won't start hiring. Here, what we are doing is we are directly going to the related action of your position and we can start hire. But here again, you will see that your job has been created in the staffing tab. In the position management position will be created. But here what you will do is you will go to the related action of your SUPAC. And then again from there you will go to the hire and then you will hire the employee. So in this case, you won't go to in the job management, You won't go to the related action of your job, but you will go to the related action of your SUPAC. And then again, you will click on hire and hire the employee. So this is the difference between the position management and job management. Now, roles has been assigned, your VPs has been assigned, and then you have hired the employees. So once you will click on the hire option, what it will do is it will ask you to create a pre-hire. Pre-hire account as well. So once you create the pre-hire, then you will be able to hire the employee. So all these things, you have to ensure that it's there in the system. Also, before hiring your organization should be ready. Your roles are assigned. Your organization assignments should be done. And then your compensation should be defaulted. The compensation should be defaulted or created. Compensation structure should be created because anyhow, if your compensation structure itself is not there, then how you are going to give the compensation to the employee? Your business process should be done. And then your role assignment should be done. So any questions or any doubts before you start with the hiring of the employee? Anyone has any questions or any doubt? Ankit, regarding hires. So you're talking about from an organization level or a company level where either is your contractor or an employee, well, he'll have a position, management or a job. Management. And then he'll get hired based on the business process, the security policies defined and all that you're talking about. If I want to get in Home Depot or J&J or Walmart, for example, and I'm applying from outside, I'm applying from Walmart career section where I enter my first name, last name, my college details, my experience and all. How does that data gets into Workday, and from there, how do they create interviews and 4 to 5 interviews with deeply concerned people? And how? How will that person be hired as a contractor or an employee based on the criteria? So can from a start to land how? How does it reflect in Workday? Or what do you have to do in Workday? Or by LinkedIn also? See, that is the topic that you are asking. Is this related to the recruitment topic? Recruitment module of the Workday. You are asking about means if the candidate is going to apply from the external side by the internal job posting. If you want, I can show you the full cycle of it, but I will go into the depth of each and every topic, like when the candidate applies, what happens with them, what's going to be the next stage. I will give you that full cycle picture. But I cannot go into the depth because that will be covered under the recruitment module of the Workday. If you want, I will tell you the process, how the candidate is hired, and then how the hiring is being done. I will tell you that cycle, but I don't. It's out of the box question. But yes, I will give you that picture because you guys are new to the Workday. So I will give you that particular picture how an external job posting will work or how the internal job posting will work. Internal means within the company. If I'm working for global modern services, if I want to search internal job, then it's going to be internal job posting. And when it's going to be external job means someone from external is applying to the company from the company. So I will give you a full life cycle if you want of that. But first, let's complete this hiring and then I will show you in the PPT. Like we have discussed the security theoretical part afterwards. So I will show you that theoretical part, how the full life cycle of the employee happens. That includes the recruitment model. That's not going to come up in the core HCM module. I will show you that particular cycle. So Ankit, the hiring which we are going to do now, it's all internal. No, it's not internal. You are going to see candidate will apply from outside. And then for example, everything will be done is screening assessment and your interview offer letter will be released to the candidate. Now, for example, I have applied for a job in Global Modern Services. My everything will be done. Interview. They will release. Everything will happen within the system. Now the candidate has cleared the screening part. Now the candidate has cleared the assessment part. Now the candidates have uploaded the background verification. It's done. Candidate is ready for hire. They will make it as ready for hire. Now the HR will come into. Now we will come into picture. Core HCM person will come into picture. They will make it as ready for hire. They will provide us the candidate name and all the details. Then we will go ahead and hire that particular employee into our supervisory organization. For example, they will tell us, recruitment guys will tell us that Ankit, we have finalized Ankit for this particular job role. For a job role as a manager under Neural GM Global Consulting, you can hire her as a manager. So what we will, they will tell us all the details. From where they will get all the details? They will get it from the screening assessment that they have performed on the employee, that they have performed on Ankit. So they will give us all those details, that this is all. These are all the details. Then again we will go back and start the hire. How we are going to start the hire? First, we will create a position for Ankit, or if it is going to be job management, we are going to set hiring restrictions for her. And then accordingly we will start the hire and then we will enter all the details. For example, what's the hire date? What's the position we are going to hire? What's the employee type we are going to hire? Correct. You mean in a HCM? I mean starting from hiring the little termination, all the procedure is done in the HCM. So is it correct? No one else will interfere in it. Neither recruitment guys nor you're anyone. Recruitment guys means they are helping you to onboard that particular person. They are just helping you to recruit that particular person. Like you are getting calls. You are getting calls for now. Your first round is completed. Your second round is completed. Technical round is completed. Your background verification is completed. So likewise, those stuff are performed by recruitment consultants. Sometimes we get confused. Like what is the boundaries of this core HCM? Like recruitment or related benefits should come under the core HCM. But there is no boundaries for core HCM. See, core HCM is the basic. I have told you, core HCM is the basic and all these are modules. So you should have knowledge of core HCM. Then only you can perform the recruitment. Then only you can work on payroll. Then only you can work on rest of any of the modules. So core HCM is the basic and these are all the advanced modules. Like payroll. And then we are going to talk about absence. So if you are going to work on payroll, if you don't have the basic knowledge of core HCM, then how you are going to define that particular person, or how you are going to check the support of that particular person, or how you are going to, where you are going to define the pay group. Similarly, I understand. My question is like, for example, compensation is a part of core HCM. So why not recruitment is a part of core HCM? Because both are a chain of the work. They are the advanced module. Core HCM is the basic of all. Like if you are working in a SIP, if you are going to work on the code, you should know the ABAP programming language. So it's the basic and these are all the advanced. These are not the part of core HCM. You cannot say that these are the various advanced modules of the core HCM. These are not the part. These are the advanced module of core HCM. So you're saying that if you want to get the advanced module learning, then we have to know the coding. There are separate codes for all these advanced modules. And those are related with the coding. No, it's not coding, they are own configurations, respective configuration. So when we take advanced models model, so 50% of them would be business, process, and security groups, and then understanding the concepts. Correct. Business, process, and security groups will be there for all. Even recruitment has their own business process, payroll. I have told you the task. Business process definition task. You can go there and explore various business processes of recruitment if you want. Payroll absence time tracking compensation. And again the workflow comes. The business process workflow comes initiation, then A, B, C, D, and then you take the decision setting up the groups. Correct. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.